Welcome to the barn office. This video, it will go over our daily class entry breakdown. This is actually designed for the Arabian horse industry. However, if you wanted to use it for a different breed, I believe it would be just as easy just to delete our classes and add your own. So we're going to go over this data page. Basically, you're going to enter all your owners, all your riders, horses. You do not have to line them up owner with horse because these columns are put in here to work separately. All the classes and all your horse shows. Now I've entered a good amount of the English division specialty classes. I have not finished with hunter, western, specialty, or working cow or sport horse. So if you did those things instead, you could either erase these or add them on if your barn does everything. So on this page, once you enter everything, you don't really need to come back. It's just your data entry page unless you have like a new horse, new rider, new class. However, then you would just move on to this next tab. I designed this for when you're doing entries, it becomes quite the mess, I guess you would say, when you're trying to figure out if horse classes conflict. A family horse, a horse that's open and amateur, multiple arenas, different sessions in different places. So when we do this and we fill this out, I'm doing it as every possibility that horse could go in goes on this sheet. This is not what I actually end up entering. I put everything on this sheet so that I can then look at that and go, that conflict is no way going to work, so I wouldn't enter that class. So what I suggest first is to go down to the bottom and always keep this tab blank. You'll want to make a copy by right-click this tab, duplicate, and you make a new one for the show that you're going to be working on. That way you'll have a tab for each horse show throughout the year. If you decide that you want to do a whole new spreadsheet for the next year, you can go back to the PDF that you received. It has a link in there. You can re-download the spreadsheet and start over, or you can just delete all these tabs on here and just start fresh with recopying this page. But I would say do not enter anything on this page and keep it as your blank template. Then when you go to your horse show that you're working on, you would then basically put your class numbers in, select your owner for this horse, pick the classes that this horse is in. You can also search, and then you're going to select the horse that you're working on. I did this because sometimes I'll just put two horses under one owner, but if my horse has a bunch of classes, maybe I'll put both an owner in two different spots. So you can pick the horse, you can put their barn name here if you wanted to, or you can just leave this blank. Then you're going to pick your riders for your horses, whether that's the trainer, the amateur, so on. And then you'll go and you'll look at your schedule as to where that lands. If it lands in the morning, and let's say this class lands in the afternoon, and you don't want your horse to show that quick, that fast, once you have all this entered, you'll be able to see all these conflicts. I find it a lot easier doing entries this way because then I'm not flipping through the pages through all of the, the pages of the entry of the class schedule, etc. If you're at a show, let's say like Scottsdale, that has two arenas running at the same time, you can go up here, right click, add a column to your right, and then you could type this as Friday again, and I would type, Wendell, Equidome. This way, if that horse has a morning and a morning, when you enter all these, you'll be able to say, well, that's not going to work for that class, so we can't do that class. And you could either delete it, or if you want to visually be able to see it, even though you've deleted it, you could just highlight this box and go up to your strike through, and that'll put a strike through it. You'll know that you can't enter that class. So basically this is designed for when you're doing entries. However, once it's done and you delete the things that you don't want, it is also a good reference if you need it once your entries are done. And that's pretty much it. You can change the schedule or the dates up here. If you need to add more days, you could go here, add a column to the right, it will duplicate it. Same goes for down at the bottom. If you needed more of these, you would highlight whatever you want to highlight, and then you would come to that next section and paste it to add more. Or you can also add numerous tabs. You can change your horse show at the top so you know what show you're at. That's pretty much it. It just works really good for us. I'm trying to make things a lot more easier to do when we're doing these crazy entries. So I hope this helps for everybody. If anybody has any questions, would love to add anything, please feel free to reach out to me, and I hope you enjoy some of our other spreadsheets.